It is relatively easy to go back into working out if you know how to do it. Because me, myself, I know that feeling. The feeling of you skipping a few days, a few weeks, a few months because of any reason you can have, and then trying to go back. The force, the willing power you need to have in order to go back, it is almost impossible. But after I thought about it a few times, I realized that my method, the method that helped me to work out consistently for the past 16 years, this method, I can teach you that, and it will be much easier for you to go back into working out. In this video, I want to talk with you about 3 points that will help you to go back in track. I tried them myself. I know that they work, and I want you to try them if you feel that it is very hard for you to go back and work out. The first point is that the debate of should you work out or not is something that is draining your energies before you even begin. Every time you leave it up for decision, the voices in your head get a vote and a say on what's gonna happen. And what you need to do is just have a method that will allow you to eliminate those voices. You don't leave any room for arguments inside your head and for anything that will allow you to not do the workout. Now, let's talk on how exactly I do it, and you should try to understand how you can do it in your workouts. What I do is that I have the same routine every time I start working out. I grab my mattress. That's the first thing. I've been doing it for years. I take my mattress and I lay it on the ground. What happens when I do it, if I want to compare to the world of AI, is that my mind has a skill that starts every time I roll out the mattress. I take the same weights, the same straps, the same speaker, everything in the same order. And that is something that creates a routine that is very magnetic and it attracts you into the workout. The only thing you need to do in order to start that skill is to get the mattress and put it on the floor. I don't need to think on what to wear, what equipment to use. I have the same equipment that I use every time, and that allows me to start easily. And it works perfectly if you are trying to get back into working out. If you have that routine, you can just get back into it by rolling your mattress or by wearing the same type of shirt or wearing your sport watch or wearing your headphones or going and listen to the same song before you get into the gym. It doesn't matter how you like to work out. I like doing it in my home, but if you like the gym, if you like running outside, if you like play tennis, you can do it. You just need to find your own routine that will be easy enough and will be able to kickstart that skill that you have. But it is very important that you will make it very, very simple. You don't need to have something that is very complicated. Take out very heavy weights and carry them for a mile in order for you to start your workout. It won't happen. It will be very, very hard. I just need to take my mattress 10 meters from my bedroom into the living room and start my workout. It is very easy, and that's one of the things that are very important for you to have success and to go back into working out after you skip for a few months. If I will summarize it in one word, it will be autopilot. Once the actions are automatic, the voices in your head don't have room to argue with you because you are working on autopilot and you are already moving. The second point is a point that I realized a long time ago, and it is very relevant for me and for anyone who is trying to be consistent and to go back into working out. And what you need to understand is that the hard part is not the actual workout. Once you start the workout, it is relatively easy, and most chances is that you are gonna end and finish this workout. The hard part is that 1 second where you just need to decide to get out of the couch, to stop doom scrolling, to leave work and go to work out, or to do anything else that is not related to the workout. Because again, like the first point, the voices in your head, they will do anything they can in order for you to lay on the couch and not move. That gap between starting the workout and actually doing the workout, that delta, this is what you need to cover. This is what you need to understand. And I want to emphasize on this point again. Once you start a workout, you will probably finish it, but you just need to start. It is just like jumping into a pool. You know that for the first few seconds it is going to be cold. So this is why sometimes you just stare at the pool or at the river or at the ocean and you don't get in. You just stare at it, at the water, and you wait and wait and wait until you decide to go in, or if it's too cold, you just don't get in. But once you get in, your body will get used to the temperature. It's exactly the same. Thinking is the enemy. Your mind will always bring 100 reasons why not to get into the water, or for our case, why not to start working out. You're too tired, you need to take care of the baby, you need to cook food or dinner, you need to be with your wife, you need to do something for work, you need to go and help your father. Many things that can happen. By the way, real life example, this is now 10 p.m. where I am at, and I'm recording this video, and I had the best excuse to not record this video. My son is sleeping while my wife is with her friends outside. And I have here the monitor where I look at my points on one hand on the big screen, but on the second screen, the small one, I see my son sleeping. So I had all the excuses to not do this, but I decided to get out of the couch, stop the doom scroll, and record this video. And I have a method that really helps me to start working out every time that I skipped for a few days, that I don't want to do it, that all the voices in my head are telling me not to do it. And this method I actually learned from a friend who I was traveling with in South America, and he told me that this is how he just bungee jumped for the first time. And I just took what he did for the bungee jump and redid it for my life, for working out or doing things that I need to do, but my mind is telling me not to do it. And that method is just to count to 3. It's the most basic, dumb thing you can think about, but it actually works. What I do basically is when I'm on the couch and I know that I didn't work out for a few days or for a week or 2 weeks or 3 or 4, doesn't really matter. I am on the couch, scrolling, talking with my wife, watching something on TV. I just scroll, and then I say, okay, Yair, you need to do it. You need to start. And there are the voices, and I start feeling the tension in my head. And what I do at that moment is I just say out loud, 1, 2, 3. And at that moment, my mind just disconnects. I see black. I don't hear the noises, and I just get up and start the routine. I grab my mattress from my room, from the first point that we talked about, lay it on the ground and start working out. I know it sounds very basic, but it works. Trust me, if you'll do it long enough, or even once or twice, it will work. And remember, once you started, the hardest thing is behind you. You just need to have fun, work out, listen for some music, and enjoy the workout. Now, the third point is a point that I learned through my friends, but also because I am exactly the same. My mind is telling me the exact same thing. Once I didn't work out for a week or 2, for example, next week, I'm going for vacation with my family to Greece, and I know that I won't work out there for a week. And once I go back home, I have that feeling that I want to work out at the same volume, the same intensity as before. But even if I didn't work out for a week, what I do is I take the first workout or 2 very easily. Because the last thing you want is to go back into working out, and because you thought that you can do the same things you did in the past, you will get injured and you won't be able to work out for real because you will have a real excuse. You can't move your shoulder, for example, because you injured it. Think of it like starting a cold car in the winter. You don't want to just start the car and start moving. You want to wait, get the engine warm enough, and then you want to move. So it's the same thing. You need to look at your workouts, the first 1 or 2 workouts, as starting back and getting the engine warm again. Or if you want, a good story from my life is that I didn't work out in South America for 7 months as a choice. But also part of my agreement with myself, and that choice was that once I get back home, I will get back into working out. I'll give myself a few days to get better from the jet lag and just start. But once I started, I had all the noises that remembered all the things I did in the past or I could do in the past, and I just ignored them and started really, really easily. 5 push-ups, 1 pull-up, stuff that are very, very simple to do to just get your body moving again. Now, if you didn't work out for a week or 2 or a month, it's a different story, but you still need to start very, very slow comparing to what you did in the past, a week or a month ago. Your first workout or 2 should leave you with the feeling that this was so easy that you feel bad with yourself. But you need to ignore those feelings and understand that this is the right path for success. And think about it again. If you get injured, you won't be able to work out, and then you will miss many more workouts. And what happens here is that the longer you wait, the harder it is to get back. So just do yourself a favor and start really slow. And just listen to your body and not your mind. Listen to it. Listen to what your body is telling you, and only progress and get more and more serious with your workouts only when you really feel that you can do it. Again, you don't want to get injured. Trust me, you don't want to get injured. Because also, if you want to think about it that way, this point connects to the first and second points, because if you are going to do an easy workout, it will also be easier for you to kickstart everything, because you are not afraid or worried from a hard workout. It's just like, I'm going to do something easy. It's going to be fine. I'm going to do it really relaxed, really chill. I'm not going to put 100% of myself because I don't want to get injured, and I'm thinking about it in the long term. Don't try to erase the gap in one session. Just rejoin to the rhythm and let it build in. So let's recap the 3 points. The first one is that you need to have your routine that will allow you to reboot, restart, and do the skill of working out in the easiest way possible every time. The second thing is the 3 seconds rule. Just count to 3 and start the workout. Ignore the noises, disconnect, see black, and start. And the third thing, just start slow. If you liked what you saw, you can subscribe to my newsletter and get 3 days of emails that will inspire you and will keep you consistent with your workouts. Those emails will include small tips and understandings about life that allowed me to work out for so long without stopping. And also, once you subscribe, you will get an email with a list of equipment that I own that I think are very good for anyone who is trying to work out from home, because from my opinion, working out from home is the best and easiest way to be consistent. But this is a topic for a completely other video or even a series of videos. If you loved what you saw, first of all, thank you. But also, I think you will enjoy this video that talks about consistency in general. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. By the way, my baby is still sleeping, so I'm happy. I'm also very happy that I didn't listen to the voices in my head that told me to not record this video. And it is a great example for you to also ignore the voices and just start. I will see you in the next video. Bye.